What up guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be covering the projects that I do like the most, that I'm going to be farming or at least placing my focus into them for this month, for April. Some of them are confirmed, some others are not confirmed yet, but I do think we need to start using it if you haven't, or if you already started, at least to be very consistent. So starting with the one that are confirmed is number one, mode. We have been farming mode for some time, which is an L2. It is confirmed for this month with 5.5% of the tokens allocated for the airdrop, which is 550 million tokens. Just based on speculation, right now there is around 1 billion tokens. So if we divide that by the airdrop, we could say that we're going to be receiving around 0.5 mode tokens per point. I know that I should be ending the month at around 100,000 points. So that means, let's say if they open at a circulating supply of maybe 2 billion tokens, I do think 20 cents, 25 cents should be pretty achievable, which should be anywhere between $400 million market cap, $500 million market cap, which is usually what we see for L2s. So obviously I'm going to be making a pretty good airdrop, pretty solid. If you haven't started, it is quite hard to farm right now. Just being fully transparent with you guys, because mode, it is not based on your volume. It is actually based on your activity and also the fees that you're spending on the platform. Currently, the fees are like 1 or 5 cents. So obviously, it is quite hard to get involved with it. Now, if you have enough time, if you have maybe $100, $200 to play with, I do think it is quite worth it. Most likely, you should be making more than what you spend. So if you end up spending maybe $50, I'm pretty sure you should be making more than that. But now, for you to spend $50 on fees on mode, it is actually quite hard, just because it is 5 cents, 10 cents, 1 cent per transaction. So pretty hard to farm it. But the good thing is, if you're farming mode, you can also farm Kim Exchange, which is a DEX. The airdrop is also confirmed for this month. LogX is also available, and there are many other projects that are tokenless. So obviously, if you don't end up with a great airdrop from mode, you can also receive multiple other smaller airdrops. So I do think it is quite worth it to continue to farm it. Number two, which is another project that is ending the point system this month, is Hyperliquid. Yes, I know it is quite hard to get some point right now on Hyperliquid, but the good thing is, if you guys look at the users, there's currently 118,000. Most likely it should increase at 125,000. So focus instead of your points on your ranking. What I have seen is that most of you guys should be sitting at a ranking of maybe 10,000, 15,000 with just a few $1,000s in volume. So maybe $50,000 in volume, $100,000 in volume. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be receiving an airdrop. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get $10,000, $20,000, but still quite easy to farm. It is a perps platform, so just opening some trades, wait for a few minutes so you don't wash trade, and then you close your position. You guys should get an airdrop from this. Now, if you have been using it since we started, which is since last year, you should be sitting at a pretty good amount of points and also a pretty good ranking. Currently, mine is at 5,000. Then I have another wallet at around 10,000, and I have a really small wallet at around 16,000 ranking. So not bad at all. Hopefully we're going to be receiving an airdrop from this. I don't think it will be this month because the point system is ending this month. So most likely it should be next month. Number three, we also have Drift, which is a platform that I don't like. To be honest, it is not a perps platform that I do enjoy using, but it is on Solana. It also have a point system. It is a little bit easier to farm than Hyperliquid, and I think there is around 2 weeks left to participate on the airdrop. So basically, the more volume you trade, the more time you spend on the platform, you're going to be receiving some points every Friday, and then your ranking will go up. So again, it is easier to have a good ranking if you're starting today on Drift, but not a platform that I do enjoy. Spread are really bad. Also, I do think it is a little bit more expensive than Hyperliquid. To be honest, I've never made a good profit on Drift, but usually I'm in profit on Hyperliquid. Just for you to know. I'm pretty sure that we should be receiving this one this month for Drift. Pretty sure. Number 4, LogX. I know LogX is quite expensive, yes, but the good thing is every time you trade, you're going to be receiving some LogX tokens. And based on the information that I have, they should open at a circulating supply of around $120 million. So most likely the price per token should be around $1 or $2, just using past data from Evo. So yeah, $1 or $2, I do think it is, we should be receiving that. And also it is quite easy to farm a good amount. So on most of my wallets, I have anywhere between 500, 800 LogX tokens that I'm going to be receiving. But the good thing is, if you're using it on Arbitrum, you can also farm orderly at the same time, which is an order book. We're going to be receiving the airdrop. It is confirmed. They're also doing a point system. So every time you trade on LogX, you're going to be receiving a multiplier for orderly. So make sure that you do use it if you like it, obviously, after doing your own research. But LogX is obviously one of my main focus. And also I can use LogX on mode. So that means if I am trading on mode on LogX, I'm farming two projects in one, which is mode and also LogX. Then I don't know what number we are in, 5, 6. Let's see what else we have. Hyperlane, which is a bridging technology similar to Layer 0, but obviously on the farm in comparison to it. They started a few months ago and they have been pretty active. Pretty active. They have been adding a lot of chains. It is also quite easy to farm because you guys can use Merkley, you can use Nexus, Netlist, and many others. I do have a lot of videos on how to farm it. Quite easy. Quite simple, so obviously it is within my top priorities. I'm not saying we're going to be receiving it this month, but again, being consistent, using it for some time, I do think it is necessary. Next one is actually Scroll. Same thing. I don't think we're going to be receiving Scroll this month, but if you have been using it, make sure that you guys continue to add some volume into it. Make sure that you're super active, that you bridge using the native bridge, that you have at least 3 months active and just push a lot of volume on different projects. And also on Scroll, you guys can use something like Ambient, which is tokenless. So basically you're farming a 2-in-1. Next on the list, we also have Layer 3 Quest, which is very similar to Galaxy. They have an airdrop campaign, 100% confirmed, but that is for the next 35 days. So we are not going to be receiving the airdrop this month, but we have until next month, starting next month, to mint some cube. I'm gonna be adding a video on how to do it. Most likely once this video is up, you guys should be able to get a guide on how to farm it. What else we have? Bonus, I'm also farming some bridges. I'm not super active on them, so it is not something that I'm just bridging back and forth, but whenever I need to bridge, I would use something like deBridge. Jumper, usually Jumper I'm using it on a daily basis, but just for swapping. Other than that, we also have OmniBTC, we have O2, we have Bungee, we have Squid Router. So what I would do is, for example, today I would use Jumper, the next day I would use O2, the third day I would use Bungee or OmniBTC, just to make sure that I am adding some volume into them. deBridge, it looks like we're gonna have the airdrop pretty soon, not this month, but most likely in the next 90 days. And I do think that is a pretty massive project. So for now, these are actually my top priority. We could also add Backpack, which is an exchange on Solana, and they also have their own wallet, so just like Phantom, and it is pretty massive. They raise $125 million, so it is not a small project. It is quite easy to farm because you're basically just swapping. There is no trading, so basically swap back and forth, and you're basically adding some volume. And usually they have some campaigns. The first one, it was for Romho, which we receive a little bit of Romho. That is not an airdrop, it is just an incentive. We also got a second airdrop for a Tensor. So basically just by adding some volume, we receive an airdrop. Make sure that if you're farming Backpack, you're adding enough volume, because each time for each phase or incentive, they're actually increasing the amount. So first time it was actually $5,000. Second time it was $35,000. So make sure that you add enough volume. But again, it is quite easy. If you have something like $500, you swap back and forth twice, that is $1,000 in value. Just repeat it a few times and you should be able to have $100,000, $200,000 quite easy. And usually per swap, it is something like 5, 10, or maybe 20 cents, depending on the amount of funds that you're using. So there you go. I think that is my top priority for now. Obviously, I'm still farming many other things, but my main focus are actually this. Let me know if you have any other project that we should be receiving the airdrop this month, or I should start farming or maybe make a guide. So there you go. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.